And we're live. What's up, you guys? Woo! I'm telling y'all, things are really starting to, they're just really moving really fast. And at 5:30 this morning, I had read something on Twitter about President Trump dropping Declass today. That's true. This is going to be big. This weekend is going to have no chill. So I'm going to share with you guys my screen, and I'm going to talk about this story with you guys. There I am. So I'm not going to take up much of your time today. I'm just going to talk about this because this is big, and it is infuriating to me because most of us who went to DC on the 6th, we went with a plan to have a peaceful protest about the certification of the 2020 election result. That's why we went there. Law-abiding, peaceful, American-loving, patriots, veterans, people who love America and what it stands for. We're there to peacefully protest and to support our president. We went there to support the most constitutional president, pro-constitutional president we've ever had in our lifetime. And my husband said the closest thing we have come to was Reagan at during his time when he served in the military. So yeah, that's why I was there and many others were there. So with that said, I'm going to give my disclaimer, as I'm going to start doing now, because unfortunately we live in 1984. The views and opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. My views and opinions are not representative of any party, group, or faction. It is my First Amendment right to express my dumbass opinions, and that's all they are just dumbass opinions. And if you do not like what I'm going to say in this video, you can stop watching the video at any time. Thank you. Enjoy the show. So anyway, like I was saying, January 6th, many people went to have a peaceful protest and to support the president. A few rabble-rousers decided that they were going to infiltrate the group and to cause havoc and mayhem at the US Capitol building. So you guys can go to a conservative site. It's called magadon.net. And we're going to read this article. I'm going to just read a small portion of it. Investigators release huge bombshell that could change the entire narrative about January 6th. In what should be front page news, federal law enforcement officials have told CNN that they believe the January 6th storming of the Capitol, that storming was just so apparent that patriots were storming the Capitol, that they were walking in between the velvet ropes. And the DC police just let them in, right? Right. The January 6th storming of the Capitol was planned ahead of time by bad actors instead of a random riot inspired by President Trump's speech. Those of us on the right have known all along that Trump had nothing to do with the riot, but it appears law enforcement is beginning to come around as well. Oh yeah, the reason why they're coming around is because they were found out. The reason why they're coming around now is that patriots caught on that Antifa was in the crowd breaking windows and trying to cause a disturbance at the Capitol. That's why they're coming around. That's why. Because if patriots were not aware of what was going on, they would have kept up with the lie. And that is what was infuriating to me. Is that patriots had not said, whoa, that's Antifa, that's Antifa. And you can hear it in some of the videos in the crowd. They say, that's Antifa, that's Antifa, that's Antifa. And they go F Antifa, F Antifa, F Antifa, right? And you can see one of the Antifa members, flipping off the bird to patriots. Yeah, that was a patriot flipping off other patriots. No, see, the patriots knew that Antifa was there, and that was Antifa trying to break windows, and patriots were the ones taking down Antifa from destroying the US Capitol. That's who it was. And because patriots are smart and we figured it out, the DC police said, well, let's just let them in. Yeah. We foiled your plans. We interrupted what you guys were trying to do, which was to label each and every last one of us as a terrorist. It didn't work. You failed. That's why I keep saying Satan keeps hiring these flunkies and they fail. So patriots, do not be down on yourself. Do not be down on yourself and say, oh man, we fell for the trick. Do not feel sorry for yourselves. Okay? We are awake, and they underestimated the Great Awakening. Moving on. If they, the law enforcement, proved that this was a pre-planned event by radicals who just wanted to see destruction, it will be the biggest news story of the year after the media viciously slandered Trump and us, its supporters, for inciting the scattered violence that occurred. The entire impeachment witch hunt and deplatforming of the president is based on the lie that Trump incited an angry mob. As the investigators are beginning to learn, this was not the case at all. In fact, CNN even admits that law enforcement is leaning towards the fact that everything was planned rather than just a riot that spiraled out of control. That's exactly what patriots were saying. If this was an insurrection, if this was a riot that was out of control, man, those velvet ropes would have been on the other side of the building. Okay, there would have been people stampeding in through those doors, stampeding through all the doors. Okay, it would have been absolute chaos, right? Absolute chaos. Now we're finding out, with even more information through these investigations, that CNN had people posing, CNN had reporters posing as Trump supporters, helping the bad actors, the Antifa and BLM supporters. They were actually in there helping them. So now videos coming out that there were bats inside the US Capitol, right? I mean, come on. We're not dumb, but they want to think we're dumb. And see, this is what is so maddening to me, is that CNN, right? The mainstream media apparatus, I'm going to start calling them the mainstream media industrial complex, because that's what they are. They have made sensationalism, and they have made it a craft to shape and to mold the minds of people to believe a lie. I went to DC and I had recorded some things that happened at DC. I had people who know my husband, who know me, who knows I'm a patriot. You know what they told my husband? Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. What your wife shot is not true. My husband says that's from her own phone. She was there. She recorded it. They just dismissed it. No, if CNN didn't say it, I don't believe it. So you guys can go read the article for yourself. I'm done. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what can we do? What can we do? I think us Trump supporters need to play on the same playing field as these people. We need to play the game that the mainstream media industrial complex, we need to play how they play. We need to use the courts, and I don't mean use the courts in a malicious way, but using any legal means necessary, any legal mechanisms that we can pull within the justice system in order to rein in this media and keep them accountable for the slander, that they made against each and every one of President Trump's supporters. They slandered me, they slandered you. If you were there, you were considered an insurrectionist and a domestic terrorist. And you had even political pundits talking about ruining people's jobs, their businesses, taking away their kids, and putting them in re-education camps. Some people who are influencers even talking about murdering, hunting Trump supporters down and murdering them. Don't believe me? Go look at some of the tweets from that day. Go look at the tweets from that day. When I went to visit the Lincoln Memorial, there were some BLM supporters there. They weren't protesters. They were just some white kids trying to be virtuous. They were just virtue signaling. And there was a whole bunch of Trump supporters, and there was just a small pocket of BLM supporters on my visit to the Lincoln Memorial. And they were talking about, you're a bunch of terrorists and insurrectionists, and you guys tried to destroy the Capitol building. You know, that is how cerebral this mainstream media is at inciting people to look at law-abiding, peaceful Trump supporters as terrorists. That's how good of a job that they have done for the past 5 years to brainwash these people, to make us look like, we tried to start the Reichstag fire. Because that's what their plan was. Their plan was to go in there. The plan of these bad actors were to go in there and to set the US Capitol on fire. That was going to be the American Reichstag 2.0. And they would have came and rounded up a bunch of us and would have done what they said they were going to do, put us in re-education camps, ruin our jobs, take away our children, we'll never see them again. Because we're a danger to the American public. We're a danger to our government. So I think the solution would be, we need to call a lawyer and say, hey, if now I'm not saying people should like have a frivolous, litigious attitude and just make a lawsuit just to make a lawsuit. I think that if people were adversely affected by this, their business, their homes were vandalized, whatever, or they've been harassed, or they've been assaulted, right? They've been discriminated from a job, or even if they lost a platform. I think those people need to contact a lawyer and say, hey, do you think you can work with this? Do you think I'll have standing in a court of law with what happened to my business, with what happened at my home? Do you think we can hold these people accountable by taking this before a court of law? And saying, because these people slandered my name and my reputation, my business was lost. My job was lost. My kids were taken away. So yeah, I think people who lost a lot because of this need to go and I'm not a lawyer. I don't practice law, but it's just I'm just thinking out loud. Just go talk to a legal representative about what your chances are of not doing a class action lawsuit, but actually doing a civil suit against CNN. Because I'm not a lawyer, call a lawyer and check it out. Just thinking. So anyway, because I think that's the only way that these media corporations are going to be made to heal. That's the only way they're going to be able to heal, is that we hit them with a civil suit and we hit them in their pocket and we make them compensate us for their slanderous claims that they made in order to hurt us. I think that's the only way. They're not going to learn any other way. That's the only language they understand. I mean, they use the legal system against us. Why can't we use that against them? But in a way to make them an example to other media corporations. Hey, you're not going to call people names, okay, and try to ruin their livelihoods and ruin their lives by making claims that you can't prove. And then on top of that, they use that same lie to impeach the president. The mainstream media industrial complex knew what they were doing. They may be implicated in this whole entire thing. And I cannot wait till full transparent disclosure of this whole entire situation comes out and we the people start to see, and not just conservatives, but everybody will start to see that these people are not your friends. These reporters, these news corporations are not the friend of the people. They are the enemy of the people, as the president has said. That mainstream media are the enemy of the people. And I think we need that transparent disclosure like right away, because people are ready. People are ready. We are ready for the truth. So anyway, I ranted a little bit. I apologize. Like I said about the whole lawsuit thing, talk to a lawyer about it. I'm not a lawyer, not giving no legal advice, but it's just my opinion. See what you can do to try to work within the confines of the law in order to make these people accountable for calling you a terrorist and your life or livelihood is ruined because these people got an agenda to fulfill. They got a timeline and an agenda that they need to fulfill. And they want to build their new world order upon a lie. So I'm done. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to enjoy mine. Take care. Peace.